At first, neither Zeus nor Hera paid much attention to Dustin. After all, in their eyes, Dustin's strength was about on par with Poseidon, and he was even severely wounded. Even one-on-one, they believed they could defeat him easily, let alone the two of them working together. However, after a few probing attacks, they suddenly realized things weren't as simple as they'd imagined. Judging by how lively and energetic Dustin looked, how could he possibly be injured? Not only did he show no sign of injury, but his strength was far beyond what they had expected. There were only two possibilities for this situation. Either their intelligence was completely wrong, or Dustin had some extraordinary encounter that allowed him to break through at the last moment. As for exactly what level he had reached, they couldn't tell for the moment. It was at this moment that they finally understood the true purpose behind Margaret's efforts to delay them. Initially, they thought Margaret was just buying time to let Dustin heal without interference. But now they realized he wasn't recovering from injuries at all. He was breaking through at a critical point. Though they were reluctant to admit it, they had been thoroughly played. Margaret's mix of truth and lies had led them in circles. Thinking of this, the two of them were both irritated. But more than that, they were grave. Because now, the situation had gone beyond their control. Hera, looks like we'll need to join forces. This guy isn't easy to deal with, Zeus said seriously, glancing at Hera beside him. Didn't need you to tell me that, Hera said coldly. The fact that Dustin had blocked their attacks with only his protective energy, without using any artifacts, was enough to prove that his strength was no less than theirs, perhaps even superior. Neither of them was confident of winning alone. Only by working together might they suppress him. Let's attack together. After exchanging a glance, Zeus suddenly raised both hands, forming two orbs of lightning which he hurled at Dustin. Almost simultaneously, Hera unleashed her own strike. Thousands of black ice spears rained down like a torrential storm, completely enveloping Dustin. The two god kings attacked at the same time, one striking head-on, the other from above, moving in perfect coordination. If this had been an ordinary grandmaster, even if they didn't die from the attack, they'd be gravely injured. But Dustin, who had already transcended limitations, had reached a realm they could no longer touch. Facing the overwhelming assault, Dustin didn't budge. He simply raised his hand and waved it gently. Whoosh! It was as if a breeze swept through the heavens and earth. Hera's countless ice spears disintegrated into dust the moment they touched the wind, completely vanishing. As for Zeus's lightning orbs, when they met the wind, they disappeared as if swallowed by the sea, utterly gone. Their combined attacks didn't leave a scratch. Not even a sound remained. They had appeared suddenly, and vanished just as mysteriously, like dust scattered in the wind. What? Seeing this, Zeus and Hera's expressions changed drastically, their faces filled with disbelief. If Dustin had used protective energy to block them, they wouldn't be this shocked. But he hadn't used any defensive techniques or divine powers at all. Just a casual wave of his hand had neutralized both of their attacks without the slightest ripple. Such an eerie method clearly exceeded the level of a grandmaster. Could it be Dustin had already broken through and become a being like a land-bound immortal? The thought sent a chill through both Zeus and Hera. Could they really be this unlucky? They had only just entered the Dragon Marsh, and already encountered such a deadly enemy? Are you two done? Dustin looked at them calmly. If you're done, then it's my turn. As he spoke, Dustin raised his fingers in a sword gesture and pointed towards Zeus from a distance. Whoosh! A golden sword beam shot out, piercing straight toward Zeus's chest. Huh! Zeus's expression changed. He quickly extended his hands to summon a massive lightning orb and hurled it toward the golden beam. Boom! With a loud explosion, the lightning orb shattered instantly. But the golden sword beam remained untouched. It continued toward Zeus's chest with undiminished power. He didn't have time to summon protective energy. His only option was to instinctively raise his arm to block. His body, having been tempered by divine lightning countless times, had become exceptionally tough. Even without energy defense, his physical strength alone could crush most grandmasters. Boom! Another deafening blast. The instant the sword beam touched him, it exploded violently. The terrifying force directly blew Zeus's arm off and sent his entire body flying dozens of meters. He smashed through several walls before finally crashing to the ground. He coughed uncontrollably, blood gushing from his mouth and nose. Ah! Seeing this, Hera's face turned pale with fear. One strike had severely wounded Zeus and blown off one of his arms. What kind of monster was this guy? As Dustin prepared to strike again, Hera panicked, too scared to even think about resisting. She turned and fled immediately.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever, a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no end. Stay